is a vitally important one.
Yep.
Winning this one means you only have one more match ahead of you, and you have made Copenhagen as a team. And both of these teams are going to be trying absolutely everything to get the edge.
XSET with this win can break the 4th place curse as well. They've been so consistent, but they've yet to really finish in a podium position. Being able to get this would guarantee them that. Okay, so they throw the knife over to A, that keeps some of the B... Sorry, the knife over to yellow, keeps some of the B anchors in position. And now they're going for the exec onto A behind the drone.
Yeah, already just pushing up right behind it. Have to, honestly, weather the storm almost as well with all this Viper utility that's cutting them up. They are pushed away for about a moment, but you can see, look at all the utility that's sent through. 100 Thieves. The nade, the shock dart, it's all comboed up, and it denies that plan. It gives them that first advantage, that first kill that they've been looking for.
Exactly what the desk were talking about there. Huge amounts of defensive utility available to 100 Thieves. But it's Second that finds a response. But Derek and Will just swarm forwards, and they are going for a fast retake.
Gonna try and hold this down now, but Aaron's left alone, isolated. The 1v2 and not a lot of health to work with. He's going to be short work.
And 100 Thieves have come into this one with a clear game plan. Let's talk a little about the map pool here though, Brent, because between these two teams, of course, they faced each other earlier on in the group stage, and 100 Thieves were able to get the win. They in fact dealt 2 out of 3 of the map losses that XSET took in the entirety of their groups by winning on Bind and winning on Breeze. So this map pool's gone in a bit of a bizarre direction for XSET, trying to avoid comfort territory for 100 Thieves, I think. And it's actually put them in a position where they're playing 3 maps they don't play a lot of. You know, they've played 1 game on ICEBOX against the Guard. Their permaban is XSET, and their permaban is Ascent, sorry. And they're playing that map too. And then, you know, you've got Breeze as the 3rd. So a big opportunity for XSET to show that they have been in the lab and they've got different things to bring out here to counter-strat 100 Thieves. You, of course, know how the Thieves are going to play on this map. But so far, has certainly been the defenders with the game plan that's been executed to perfection.
And 100 Thieves, they got their pick of what side of ICEBOX they wanted to play. They ended up choosing the defense side of things, which I think makes sense. You know, they've probably been at least thinking overnight about what they wanted to fix up for them on their defense side of things. When it came to their ICEBOX gameplay the other day, it was their post plants that was their major strength.
It was.
All on the attack side.
But this is such a different dynamic compared to that game. Of course, phenomenal that 100 Thieves were able to pull off a 9-3 comeback, or I suppose I should say a 3-9 comeback, to get the win over FaZe. But the composition from XSET plays so differently.
Yeah, it does.
Without the Sage online, XSET have to manipulate defender rotations much more heavily than you would expect from normal ICEBOX comps. This Spike's in a really tough position right now. Will using his nade, backing off from any spot where he might get run over by the 2 players with pistols.
Still 28 seconds left with Sheriff and Headhunter. Okay, a couple of shots rattled off. Not really going to get too much more other than that. 100 Thieves happy, I think, keeping 4 of their players alive, moving into this bonus round now.
Yeah, looking very clean.
Yeah.
And I also think that the general way 100 Thieves play this map is good against XSET. 100 Thieves don't tend to push too often on defense. They don't tend to fight for extremities very hard. They'll prod a little bit and then back off. They're mostly going to play to deny a plant and play a quick retake. That's their idea on their defensive side. And I think that matches up really well against an XSET comp that works like this. But now that they have their rifles in hand, what have they got for us? A Viper wall down on A extremely early should indicate to 100 Thieves that might be where XSET are leaning.
That's got to indicate it.
We do have more aggressive aggression.
Yep, straight through main. I mean, you've got the Spectres who want to be trying to take those short-range engagements. 100 Thieves trying to put those weapons to good usage. With Asuna falling, though, it is just a 1-for-1 with Cryo down on top of it. 4v4 now, straight leading into the side. Zekin taking the ropes over. Now he just wants to hold that top nest position, but once more, the utility is being used to try and counteract it. Aaron, though, runs in, tries to follow up off the back of it after his teammate ends up going down, and it is left in such a precarious position.
You see how aggressive XSET have to get in these rounds. There is so much damage been done to Will and Stella.
He's so low here.
A single bullet could take down both of them if they lined up.
The position's been found, yep. Jay with a nice one to try and even it out. He's been dropped down to just 20 health, though, and the snake bite.
Perfect.
Unbelievable utility usage. 40 seconds still left in the round, though. Def is left in a difficult task ahead of him.
Taps the rope.
2 players here, taps the rope. A quick little swing off to the side. The movement is just impeccable.
And such a good situation there for Stella and Bang to be in. Stella with the weak health, jumping out first, allowing Bang to come in with the trade. Still 150 HP. And that's the bonus round.
Yeah, converting that. I mean, this is the side that 100 Thieves were struggling with the other day.
Yeah.
Already coming up with such a solid lead.
They've already matched the rounds that they got against FaZe on this side.
Yeah,
and I don't think they're stopping here.
It's a great start.
I think XSET at some point are going to have to start maneuvering their rotates around in the mid to late round. You can see that the first wave of attack from XSET, even if they get the entirety of the site control on A, and the same will happen on B as well. Even if you take big amounts of site control, 100 Thieves are still going to back up and play to deny that plant coming down. So XSET need to play players like Zekken is right now, so that they have late round pivots they can go back over to on the other side.
Just wants to hold that space for them, and this the Viper's Pit is going to be causing so many issues. They dumped a bit of utility in early. XSET obviously on the half buy as well, so the money's not ideal.
The little bit of pressure that they did apply has kept Will and Bang inside this Viper's Pit, and given XSET a bit of a timing to get onto A. The question is, how do you get the plant down?
Well, they're not being sly about it. You can see the footsteps. I mean, the noise cues are going to be there for them. Cryo, he actually gets the trade on that one.
And that gets his ult online, pops out the tour de force. This could be a game changer. Without any players here that can really do damage, Will, Bang on the other side of the map, Derek not choosing to use his shock darts, XSET do get a free plant. And this is the first time we see a true post-plant scenario for XSET to try and play.
They've got a double swing position as well. Oh my goodness. Bang, he didn't quite know what to do. He saw the trademark out in the open. He was thinking about how he was going to get around it, with Cryo holding down that angle as well. Tour de force, incredibly powerful in situations like this. A quick tap at a spike implores XSET to swing into them, and they will take away the round on their half buy.
Well, what a fantastic round from XSET. I feel like they maneuvered around the Viper's Pit perfectly there. It ended up being a detriment more than a positive to 100 Thieves, because XSET were able to keep Will and Bang on one side of the map.
Dump the utility into it early.
Yeah, and get a free plant down. Now, XSET are a really good attack-sided team. At times, they look like the best attacking team in North America this stage. They've dropped off a little from that, but they're still #2 in post-plant win percentage. So if they're allowed to get the spike down, they are really good at being able to hold on to it. That's why we're putting so much emphasis here in terms of talking about 100 Thieves utility to stop that happening.
Dangerous for Asuna, but he grabs that orb up. Still the buy round for them. Walls drop down on top of it. Satchel as well to try and break portions. That's all the utility being used. Drone sent out. Derek just wants to supplement and give his team a bit of extra information to work with, but like I said, just with the quick pivot, once more now trying to take and play up into B main. It's going to be up to Bang to try and do some damage here and hold off this oncoming swarm. The players, they're trying to take him out of his situation, his position. But this guy with the Phantom in hand, 3 kills. 100 Thieves, nothing to worry about, it seems.
That's a verified Seanzo round if I've ever seen one. Bang just coming out with a hard carry. Anchor in that position over towards yellow and green and pops 3 heads. XSET are usually very good at being able to trade each other out in those kind of scenarios, and Bang was able to grab kill after kill after kill. He's been popping so far.
Just nasty. This guy's converting people to the Phantom as we speak. He had that clip the other day.
I mean, he has clearly been 100 Thieves' best player recently. Clearly.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And certainly the game against FaZe put that one over the line, in my opinion. He's also 3-0 right now in terms of first kills to first deaths, so he's putting the hurt on XSET. See a little molly and a snakebite combination there to stop 100 Thieves from getting that final orb onto Asuna.
Now you see it, the command going to be popped off.
The double blast pack being used again to break this Sage wall.
All the utilities just being used to try and scale deep into the site here, but Derek ready once more. Top of rafters swings through, 3 kills, dropping Death to his knees. Obviously could be resurrected, but he's in such a precarious position. I believe right on top of 410, no one's going to be able to get to him.
And with this lockdown in place, I mean, it's just, the round is essentially done. You've got Will, you've got Bang covering the backside as well. And Zekken gets detained. It can't really get much worse here. There's 50 seconds on the clock, but 100 Thieves know exactly where they are. And even if Bang was pressured, Stella now there to try and support. Doesn't look like this round is particularly going anywhere. They'd need something incredible to come out of Zekken.
Yeah, a ridiculous moment. I mean, BCJ's even just working with a Spectre. The Viper wall goes down, though, on 100 Thieves side of things. Opportunity, maybe. They're going to hear that weapon drop down across the ropes. It's being covered still. BCJ gets the one, knows that there's a player playing around. Generated ahead is found, but Stella with a quick trade.
Excellent reaction there from Stella. Instead of supporting Bang up for the flank, he goes back and helps the rest of his players there to trade out Asuna as they collect. You know, Def is in a different role right now as well. Previously, the Smokes player for the team, IGL for them on attack, the round, the side in which they've been doing so well at. He has now died first in 5 out of their 6 rounds. And I suppose he didn't technically die first in that round, but he was knocked first with his KO ult. And it's essentially the same thing without a res being able to be put into the round. So this is a pretty big issue right now. Allowing 100 Thieves to get out to a 5-1 lead. The economy knocked once more. Oh, and Def's gonna go, oopsie daisy. 20 health, just about survives.
That's so much damage being done to them.
But their pieces are very all-in at the moment. They're not really running some kind of default and exploding into the site. They're not trying to rotate too much. I mean, their eco round that they won was about the biggest rotate that they've had, with the B pressure going down into A. Everything else has been read so easily by 100 Thieves. And I feel like B main should be a big point of weakness for 100 Thieves with their composition and the way that they play it. No Jet, no Chamber to be contesting that area of the map, and yet XSET aren't taking it for free. This is a nice lurk.
He's lurked his way in. Headhunter, there you go. Grabs the one, grabs a gun. Still, Derek going to be watching from top side of things here. Has to know that this angle could be compromised. Still, just honestly, his presence is going to be doing damage at the back of their minds, knowing they have to clear it.
Look how many people it's pulled over to kitchen. Both Derek, you've got Asuna, you've got Will over there. This should allow them to get a spike plant down. Wow. But it's a fairly significant player and economy disadvantage still.
Yeah. The space is retaken. That affords 100 Thieves the res. You know that nothing's going to be able to disrupt that one. A bit of spam up top. Spike will get planted, but now Ultimate's once more committed. Showstopper from Will against the sides, and the damage more than done. Except with 2 players remaining, though. Aaron, can he hold off the swarm of players once more? It's just up to Cryo, and a quick reset of the aim, not enough for Derek on the high ground.
Nice try by Cryo, pulling players away from the A side and seeing if he could get some kind of flank in the post plan. But it's another one of these really fast retakes from 100 against them. He's getting those first picks.
Right here.
Yeah.
And that has not been the case here. You're really looking for the entry players from XSET to have more success.
And a knife will spot 2 of them. And it's an aggressive defensive hold on that B main area from 100 Thieves. You can see both Asuna and Will been playing all the way up close.
And look at the hard read, actually. Stella has got all of his Killjoy utility in kitchen, anticipating Aaron using his Viper's Pit up there. They made a hard read on this being a mid-to-B kind of kitchen push.
Instead, I mean, seconds all the way deep in. The double satchel play, but Stella shuts it down with a showstopper in his hands. Didn't even let it rip. No opportunity to do so. Viper's Pit against Viper's Pit now. One against the other. XSET have worked their way onto the left side of this site, choosing to give it up entirely. But this is on a nice edge. They don't have much ground when it comes to holding this one. It's difficult for either team to really... Well, I think no one understands exactly where these players are currently holding from.
But the XSET players are just getting surrounded on all fronts. So claustrophobic for them in the post plant.
Will with the nade as well is going to be clearing that one side of Maze. Taking out one side of it. The satchel drop down on... Gives a bit of space, affords them something here. BCJ, a quick little reset of the aim. Now down to the 2v2. Spam straight into that Viper's Pit. Aaron takes the off angle though. Unanticipated, unexpected. It's all down to Asuna, but Aaron, he cleans it up. And finally, XSET get another round on the board. Cost them almost everything to do so.
It was certainly unexpected. You could tell that 100 Thieves weren't ready for that one. I don't think I've ever seen a round like that on ICEBOX. Just back-to-back, side-by-side, Viper's Pits being deployed on A. An extremely weird retake scenario, but XSET do manage to come out on top, and I think a lot of the credit there belongs to Aaron. Being able to survive for so long inside the pit and keep that up, keep that area safe, and then still be able to get the kills towards the end of the round, that's a pretty mammoth effort by him to put things onto the board. 100 Thieves continuing to push with Will and Asuna. It feels very different from 100 Thieves on their defense side. They are actually playing it much more aggressively. They've been playing B more aggro. They've been prodding down mid in this round, and it's just another A hit from XSET. Same again.
Yeah, the deep dart to push them down mid, but now they realize obviously that this A hit is coming through. The slow orb will stop XSET in their tracks. Will just holding that nade. He knows what they have to do is try and deny this plat. They've seen some success from it previously.
Just tapping, trying to bait out this wave of defensive utility, which they do.
Gets the first pick
out of it, yeah.
Tour de Force being held by Cryo. He gets another one. Still the players just swinging down and around. Not great weaponry for 100 Thieves, but still does get a bit of work done.
At any point in this round, if they had just a single player over towards B, or if they keep track of the players alive and where they're positioned, they can make a mid-round pivot.
Oh boy.
But they've decided not to. XSET just continuing to hammer home. They want to win the mental advantage here on A.
They do eventually trade that one as well, so another round for XSET, starting to bounce back a little bit off the rough beginning for them.
The weird thing about that too is that 100 Thieves were forced onto a half buy despite the fact that they're so far in the lead. And that I think indicates how much XSET is still pushing them despite losing these rounds.
I mean, his rounds back and forth, it's been like 1 or 2 players alive.
Yeah, it has.
Almost every time.
And so 100 Thieves had, you know, a couple of rifles in that situation, Spectre, someone with a Sheriff and a Ghost. But it wasn't a full force defense. Stella with a lockdown in this round. I think with the aggression that XSET are going to be putting onto all of their post plants, he will find it difficult to get value out of this. Especially if BCJ or Def get theirs online, and only a single orb could have Null Command or the Hunter's Fury in the hands of XSET. Very, very similar protocols from 100 Thieves here. Any kind of noise over towards the A site is triggering this wall. And for the final 3 rounds, XSET perhaps looking to work on the fact that they've conditioned fast A approaches and throw out something different. The issue to me, though, Bren, is that they really don't have anybody towards B or towards mid. They're banking on the fact that 100 Thieves are not going to go and grab info there.
Which they have been doing. They've been playing aggressively.
They have.
But not this time. Players holding quite passive positions, and now you can start to see, once again, a load of utility that's being used here. The knife, the nade, even a recon dart up towards screens, pushing back the players. The left side approach of the site being taken. Shock darts, though, to pressure them back. 100 Thieves not willing to give this one up easily, and BCJ is struggling. A quick tap of the spike now up top, but there's nothing to really prevent this. He could get spammed up top. It's just the nade, and there you go. The nade and a bit of spam just through that very thin wall. No Sage wall to block that.
Had BCJ been alive, he would have had his Hunter's Fury to take out this lockdown. Instead, Stella gets it for free. Def with no opportunity to throw a nade line up to deny either. XSET are going to have to play this post plant from a long way away, and that's why Cryo is also reflanking through mid. The rest of XSET just need to buy time.
Yeah, could be incredibly rough. 100 Thieves grouping up now around that 410, just trying to take the positioning. The trades, the swings, is it going to be there? Still a shot's being found, Def, but it's half on the defuse. The player's being taken out. It's all up to Derek. It's a 1v1. The player's falling. He's just going to be sticking it. Oh my goodness.
Down to a full for them. You saw that they forced out the wall, waited, and as the Sage wall was about to break naturally, they go in for their re-hit.
They're leaning towards B this time.
I think it's going to end up being a fake, though. Look where the spike is over towards A. I think they're going to end up throwing in a B round here to try and throw 100 Thieves off a little bit, pull rotates away, because they have to gamble. It's an eco round here for 100 Thieves, and then they'll return back over to BCJ with the spike.
They know the bang is up close. The snake bite forces his positioning away. Just biding their time now, grabbing the orb, making sure that they can hopefully drag a couple of these 100 Thieves players still on towards the B site.
And honestly, even denying that orb might be important. Derek and Will 1 away from getting their ults online. And trying to get their spike plant down, even against an eco round, when you're competing against a showstopper and a 100's Fury, would be a headache, to say the least. So now we see the spike going back over to A, along with the rest of XSET, droning in. And you've still got Aaron on B. If there is an eco stack over on A right now, they still have enough time with 35 seconds on the clock to rotate.
Yep. Taking that forward position right up onto the high ground. Quick tap of it as well, just trying to bait out the swings and utility. 100 Thieves, of course, they oblige.
Nice idea with the nanoswarm from Stella, seeing if he could deny the A plant. Unfortunately broken quite quickly there. And Stella, the last one left alive. Phantom in hand, might as well go for this. But Cryo's going to deny it. And XSET have made a major recovery in this half. And I feel like it's about just getting the read on what 100 Thieves are doing on defense.
Yeah, really doing a great job of battling back in this one half as well, because it was looking pretty dire, I'm not going to lie. If we were looking at that lead continuing for 100 Thieves as we headed into the second half of things. But now the final round here, round 12. Guns online for both the teams. Ultimates on top of it for 100 Thieves. They now have more tools to work with when it comes to denying any sort of fast approach from XSET.
And it does just look like it's going to be an A piece once more. XSET have not planted on B a single time. They've only pressured it really in one of the rounds. Will is incredibly pushed up.
So deep.
And they've only run this a single time on their bonus.
BCJ is going to let rip that Hunter's Fury, and he has spotted his mark. The counterplay is there. Quick little sidestep, and Derek, I think just too far away to get that tag onto BCJ.
Really looked like it was going to be good. But unfortunately...
It's deceptive, I think.
Yeah, not quite.
Very long.
They have the information on where Will is playing now. He's over by A. Trying to get a plant there against his showstopper would be a fool's errand. So this might be the first time that XSET have serious pressure behind this Viper wall.
And they are just contacting into B. Bang. Has to be aware that something is coming his way with the knife and the dart. It's all coordinated. The players from 100 Thieves, they're running. The wee little legs just trying to get there in time so they can deny this. The utility does a great job of just pushing them away, but with the Viper's pit down,
what a kill! What a kill!
Gets it onto Will.
That was Will with the showstopper coming in to see if he could deny the plant or have his ult there for the retake. What a pick for Cryo to get. He just sees Derek's cape fly past him. But they have a player advantage and a Viper's pit down.
Angle being held, a bit of contacting. Who is that walking in? Bang! He's trying to make a miracle happen, but he walks right into Aaron's crossfire. And the random spam in play, he does collect the kill.
Weathered the storm on their weaker side, you would say, just judging by how the comp works. And they're now in their comfort territory.
It's up to 100 Thieves to try and battle against this now. If they can get into those post-plant scenarios, it is where they are favored, where they're comfortable, but there's a lot that's going to be chucked at them to deny it.
XSET have made some noise over by pipes. You can see the ping on the map from 100 Thieves. They believe that there's a player tucked around there, so they drone forwards. Flash up top. Can Cryo find anything?
Players from 100 Thieves, they are just trying to avail themselves, pushing all the way over. That's Asuna. A great opening for them, but the nade being held by Zekken. Waiting for that tap, waiting for the right sound cue, and 100 Thieves are just trying to bamboozle them.
It's decent, actually. They forced out the fragment grenade. They forced out a shock dart as well. It's, of course, the pistol round.
Plays on contact plays.
Wow, and XSET are going to try
They're
and
re-clearing this. They might just walk straight into the sightlines of this. Do they anticipate it? The fight, it's underway. Asna still holds his ground. A quick little swing with the right click. That's death removed. Low HP from a lot of the players. It is the 3v2 at the end of the day. The dart in play just up to Zekken. 100 Thieves, they waited out. XSET play right into their hands.
Yeah, what a smart cut of noise. It's such a great thing to throw into some of your rounds. We saw that XSET pulled it out about halfway through their attack side. 100 Thieves right from the beginning. Go in, make it look like a fast, pacey hit. Follow the drone. Force out a lot of that defender utility and then cut all of the noise. Threaten that you could just be leaving completely. And force the defense to go for some kind of informational play. That's a great pistol round for 100 Thieves to get on their side early on. And already shows that they're aware of the win conditions from XSET's composition.
Yeah.
Now this looks disgustingly dangerous from Def and BCJ as they hold with shorties towards Garage and Tube. But nobody from 100 Thieves wants any piece of it.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, there's a bit of a risk, isn't it, being played? Don't know how those fish are surviving in that weapon. Must be awful every time you're home, just rattling around.
Yeah, what a terrible existence for those fish.
Nate, though, comes off. Asuna just about getting that plant off. Escapes with just a scratch.
And this is a really aggressive wall as well. Fantastic against eco rounds. It's going to stop these players getting in. They have to break at least 2, probably 3 segments of the wall to have any attempt at a retake. And frankly, BCJ and Def have got terrible weapons for the retake anyway.
Shorty for the retake.
Good luck with this.
it's not looking good if you're XSET. Asna as well, he's just taking these aggressive positions. The Spectres, that is the prime angle for it, and Prime Gaming flawless.
Yeah, not a single death, so they're going to be able to cook up something interesting for this bonus round. Spectres on every player. And I'd love to see 100 Thieves throw in a crafted strategy here for round 15. And this one was far too easy. I don't think you'll see Asna walling like this regularly. I think that was specifically against the eco round.
Yeah.
But that is an interesting thing to keep track of, because his wall is going to be an audio trigger for XSET to be throwing a lot of their utility out. And just trying to break it in general. So trying to get big value out of that is going to be a theme for 100 Thieves half.
Aggression from XSET on their defense. They are deep knife, deep dart, gives them information towards B main, and it post-step on that angle. But 100 Thieves are nowhere near there, really, at all. Just bang lurking through mid, and they're going to be taking these Spectres into these close range angles. And see if they can favor a bit of a fight. The nade over the top of screens. That does push them back for but a moment. 100 Thieves, surely they're going to be trying to take this one again. The wall goes up across screens, but portions of it broken once more. With Derek falling, the first kill for XSET.
And in fact, they've gone for the same wall again from Asuna. He gets vulnerable, taken out by BCJ, just going for a bit of spam. There is a lurk from Bang through mid, but it is way off.
Yeah.
Bang has been in the same position the entire round, hoping for someone to walk into him, I assume. But he really wasn't present at all, and that's just back-to-back Prime Gaming flawlesses, but in the opposite direction this time. I don't think that wall got very much value there. I think XSET on the retake from screens are just able to break it far too quickly.
Yeah, especially
with
when you have
rifles
the
in their
weapons.
hands.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, I can understand the idea, I think, from 100 Thieves, which is if you take screens control, you can force those closer fights up towards screens and up towards the rafters.
Yeah, maybe
the
you're denying
Spectres.
some position away from where XSET would like to be throwing some of their defensive utility.
Of course,
But
yeah.
the snakebite still came through there and punished Asuna for it. So let's have a look. It looks like a bit more of a clash towards B, so you'll get an opportunity to witness what XSET have been doing here, which is throwing the knife early on to try and get Def posted up here in such an aggro position. And this time it works. He beats Derek to the line because Derek was trying not to get suppressed.
Yeah, tagged up by that knife.
Instead, he gets killed.
Slightly worse.
It's a little bit worse. But, you know,
Yeah.
you pick your poison.
Well, here's the good news is Asuna has the Resurrect available. Been farming up the kills in the orbs.
They are holding for it, though. If you think you're going to get this res off for free...
They're going to have to war for it. They have to. Nade's still being held. Dropped inside. Bit of the spam. Damage is done. Bang is so low.
Surprised there, actually, that it got that level of value. Zekin's got to escape here.
The movement. Skipping a dodge. 5 bullets left in the rifle. Has to back away from this, though. He is going to get postured away eventually. But this lurk from Aaron. He gets information. He hears the footsteps. Is he going to try and take a peek as well? The timing could be everything. Just a quick B-hop right round the side, but he still swings it. Confidence from him. He's going to get caught out of position, though. That's Bang just watching that one flank.
Yeah, he was pretty confident the Bang had already left that spot. It's not the case.
30 seconds left.
Zekin's got it all to do in the 1v3, and the Boombot takes him down to 74. Easy cleanup for Stella. And off-screen, those 2 picks that happened underneath Tube. Economy's not looking amazing. A couple of players with not much to go for. Zekin only with a classic right now. I assume BCJ's going to drop him something. Or maybe they're just going off the rip. And the A players are very grouped up for some defensive aggression. He's going to get a rifle in his hands there.
Yeah, he got bored at the end.
But if XSET lose this round, 100 Thieves are going to start running away with the score.
Yeah, the score, the economy's going to be starting going their way. Nade it to the back.
I like this nade.
A rendezvous.
Most of the time, the Chamber's going to choose to leave and give up a lot of space there as their rendezvous gets broken.
The timing of this one, the drone. Oh, he got blocked. Just a moment, and the angle is being watched by Cryo, yet still the kills come through. Will, saturated up top, still the return. Right from Kitchen, Derek tries to supplement it. Send out that Hunter's Fury. In the garage position, he only got the 1 tag, but he's left alone now. Back against the wall, 1v3.
And with the spike nowhere near. As soon as they get any contact here from Def, the player down
Swing.
from Tube is going to swing.
Oh, has to be wary, but no, yeah.
Triple
XSET
face.
fakes it with a triple, yeah.
So there was a little bit of kind of anti-synergy going on there from 100 Thieves in their round, though. When Will throws the nade to force Cryo back away from Yellow, he's now in a position to hold for Asna's push.
Yeah.
So that kind of ended up biting 100 Thieves there, the way that they approached that round. You can see here that Cryo is now in position to hold this angle underneath Tube, and Will hadn't quite got on top of Tube quickly enough with his blast packs to trade that kill out. Of course, the timing, as you said, Brent, getting broken a little bit by the fact that they ran into BCJ's drone and got body blocked by it. Bit more of defensive aggression here coming out as Zekken breaks the drone that allows Cryo to set up with his tour de force underneath. This is a spot where Will got value in a couple of rounds for 100 Thieves on their defense.
Has to clear the close angle, but he's posted up. This is dangerous for 100 Thieves. They don't end up breaking that knife. They do jiggle it, though. They're aware. Cryo, though, the disrespect. He still sits on this angle. Doesn't TP away.
It's a bit dangerous for him. I'm sure he's aware that Will is so close. But he's not going to give up a rifle even if he dies to this eco from 100 Thieves. I say eco, it's a bit more of a half-buy with Asna still hero rifling.
Could do some damage, but... Oh, takes the wrong approach still. Doesn't pay for it with his life. Forces that TP back. Just he's now starting to scale to B main. They've already got the site, and with the wall drop down, they're going to be able to get a plan. Even with this weapons, this is not the situation that you want to put 100 Thieves in. XSET now. They don't deny it.
100 Thieves had 100% success rate in their post plants against FaZe on ICEBOX. It was the stat that powered them to their comeback. And you've just allowed them to get the spike down for free.
Killjoy ult as well. That's going to push them back and away for but a moment. Still, space can be taken at the back of Yellow. What a shot by Def. Showstopper. Zekken lets it rip. Only does a bit of damage. It tickles Derek down to just a bit of health. The reset of the aim is just not enough. And all the players of 100 Thieves, they topple down. Aggressive. That's the name of the game from XSET. Don't let them get comfortable and set up those post-plant situations.
Yeah, I love the way that they played that. Using all of their utility to push 100 Thieves into really uncomfortable spots. And starting to push forwards as the lockdown was still going off. Using the fact that there was a tiny sliver of a gap down Yellow that they could push up and get onto aggressive angles. Obviously, Zekken and Showstopper as well. Getting the massive value in just forcing 100 Thieves to run away.
Yeah.
But now, guns in hand, 9-9 the score. Anybody's game to take home.
So back and forth. Viper's Pit, Aaron ready and waiting. Hold it now, wants to drop this down, probably on top of pipes. See if he does it correctly. Does. Spills out at the bottom section.
And so far, in terms of the rifle v rifle rounds, XSET are up 4-2. This does not bode well for 100 Thieves here, as they are inches away from getting eco'd again. Def has used his ultimate too. That's the null command, stopping any utility from clearing Aaron out of this pit.
Yeah. Wow. Derek was using his drone, I think, as well, but...
Yeah, that gets cancelled. No opportunity for Will to use his boom bot.
So they're so worried about clearing these angles.
But now that the time is ticked down, Will has boom bot and he has a showstopper. These are good tools to try and attack Aaron inside the pit.
He's up top, but he is in such a high position. He's dropped right up inside of them. Anticipating that they could be just surrounding him from every single angle, and the backup is there. The rest of his team follow up.
What a demon! Aaron is just spectacular inside his ult. The 3 rounds in which I've seen him inside the Viper's Pit, he has just been an unstoppable force. The Rat King. In, out, pushing them aggro.
You don't expect that.
No, not
but also,
at all.
Just it's smart, I think. Most players, they back off. They play towards
passive,
Maze and 410 after getting that first pick. But
he ran at them.
He ran at them. Because, I mean, it's likely that they've, contacted around. They've worked their way in those positions. Only 5 seconds left for Stella. An impossible task.
And 100 Thieves are back onto another low buy. XSET have mounted such an exceptional comeback in this map. And the first half, of course, it finishes 6-6. But 100 Thieves then win the pistol. And XSET are in a position again, staring at another comeback that they need to mount. What a play from Aaron.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he ran forwards as well just to try and dodge the utility that was coming his way.
Yeah.
I think there was a nade that was slammed at the back of pipe, so he was forced forwards regardless, but he made it work.
And XSET's defense has been crushing so far. 100 Thieves have not been able to come up with an answer.
And it is the half by Sheriffs, Marshals, 100 Thieves. looking for anything to drag them back. The economy into this fight with the wall going up. Now a drone, that's second, uses that nade, pushes them back. Trying to drone out of garage, you're going to be pushed out of that one very quickly.
They've neutralized garage so effectively, but then also they're getting pushes off like this.
So aggressive.
I mean, Zek and Def, they're so happy to go for these pushes, and it sets up Cryo for these more passive, safe sightlines that he can work. That could open things as Stella picks up BCJ, but he's the last one alive in a 1v4.
Looks his way into mid, but yeah, I mean,
I just love this defensive aggression from XSET. I think it's calculated perfectly off the back of their utility, and it's catching 100 Thieves off guard. They feel like they should get space, and it's all been robbed away.
My first response to it is often that, okay, well, playing risky, you might give away a rifle or two, but yeah, it's denying 100 Thieves the possibility of being comfortable. I was holding my breath for a second there. Stella, when he's rattling off shots, you never know what he's capable of.
Yeah, and they have really empowered Cryo in this game. He's 23-12 right now, and that's over a kill per round. He's been spectacular. Brent, in the playoffs in Stage 1, Cryo became a different player. He had about 25% more damage in the playoffs. He had a third more kills in the playoffs. He had 50% more first bloods in the playoffs compared to groups. If Cryo comes in playing at this level, at his playoffs level, they're making it to Copenhagen. I mean, he could just be the difference maker that sends them to Masters. Of course, a long way away from that, but even winning this match would put them in the top 3, a feat that they haven't been able to manage before. And he takes his operator down mid, courtesy of BCJ's drone.
Players, you can feel them driven on both sides, both teams. Fighting, giving it their all. Love a win here in this series. Puts them one step away from making Copenhagen if they ended up winning the next matchup here. That knife gets great information. Denies the drone as well from clearing too much more.
And the question is, how does 100 Thieves get the plant down? The same question, but on a different side. They're going to rely on Will.
It looks like XSET were completely ready for it. As soon as the showstopper gets heard, I mean, Def just had the nade ready to flash. And he returns the fire.
And here's the
Wall being
Odin.
Broken, the Odin. It's all just counteracting everything that the 100 Thieves are doing. Not allowed to try and get that plant down, but Stella with the kills afforded to him. He has the lockdown. Instantly, though, another response. XSET, they let rip the Hunter's Fury.
30 seconds left.
It clears the way, paves the way, but the Viper's Pit is down. 100 Thieves, 25 seconds on the clock. They need to get this spike down.
Def throws out the knife, knows that there's still 2 players here. They haven't gone on any kind of quick rotate. The spike is going to go down on A, and as soon as they hear a tap, the time is ticking. The XSET players are going to try and crunch.
There it is. Gets tapped. Still being held. Jenny, the players running into this one. It's just up to BCJ. Turnable, and now the double face. Positioning, it's immaculate right now, and 100 Thieves, they just about claw it. Bang in the Viper's Pit.
An incredible effort from him. Bang just holding on to this round with everything he's got. 10-11 the score. They are going to still be able to buy. A dropped weapon from Bang over to Derek too. So it's still looking good. But you can see even on that round where they invest the showstopper to get in, a Viper's Pit for the post plan, a lockdown too, XSET read every single one.
They were ready for every step of it.
They were. They were ready.
With the exception of Bang. How do you be ready for Bang? This guy's too good.
You can't be ready for Bang. And it just feels like XSET have got the read on how 100 Thieves are going to be approaching this half. It's another drone down mid to set up Cryo on this line. They've pinged out the turret, broken it with the Odin, and there, it's an unnecessary headshot, but it's a stylish one.
Cryo opens it up. A first kill for the team. Bit of pace from 100 Thieves now as they realize Cryo's not posted up on that B main angle. But still, look at the XSET players. They are just kind of surrounding it, and there you go. The spam coming through. Hunter's Fury, that is the plant. At a slight off angle. Derek wants to clear some space for his team to be able to at least afford it, and they are in a favorable situation.
But this is going to be a retake once more where Zekken has his ult. The last time we saw a B retake, it was off the back of Zekken powering forward with the showstopper. He catches well. It's only Derek left standing.
1v3. The nade as well. It's afforded to him once more. Zekken is firing on all cylinders. Spike is just being stuck. It's halfway there, and it's a triple face once more. XSET too clean with the fundamentals. And the game plan they've got in their back pocket, they know the way that 100 Thieves want to play this side of things.
Yeah.
Probably part of the reason that we're even seeing ICEBOX being played in the first place. It's not a map that we've seen XSET play that much.
I absolutely agree with you, Brent. I think XSET have read this half perfectly. Despite losing the pistol, they're still up 12 to 10. And frankly, I think 100 Thieves just didn't do enough in the first half to try and limit XSET on their arguably slightly more dangerous side, or slightly weaker side, rather, where there is more danger. I mean, 100 Thieves won both of the pistols here.
Yeah.
And whenever they get into post plants against FaZe, they were 100%. Right now, they're 2 and 3. These retakes have been working.
It's the retakes, it's pushing them off. Sometimes they're not even allowed to even get in them in the first place. And guess what? A first kill once more going the way of XSET. Luckily, the Resurrect is there, so they're able to return it back. But the money situation, the guns, it's not ideal for 100 Thieves. They are investing everything into this one to stay in this map.
Now would be a fantastic round for Bang or Stella to find some kind of opening on a lurk through middle. They haven't been going for that too much. There was only one round that I can think of where Bang was taking an extended journey through his Viper Orb, pressure into kitchen.
A little bit worried now for them still. Okay, quick little dash, a tip-tap, running past the fragment. Will does fall, taking too much damage in the process. Defto still has that ultimate, he was holding on to it, and here has let it rip. Bang with the mid, look! It's shut down! Aaron gets the better of him.
And Aaron's had his number. Aaron's been playing an absolute blinder in this map so far.
Players, it's a quick, mad dash for 100 Thieves. 35 seconds. They do have the spike. They do have the position afforded for them. Even the wall, which will eventually go down. What do you do against this? It's going to take a miraculous effort. Sella does have the operator. Long sight lens can be held.
Yeah, if he's able to find an opening here, but he's not actually looking towards Snowman. Okay, now it sets up. And this should be a good angle. Def with no flashes.
Jiggle peek
it's
down.
a jiggle.
Gets the information. They know that the player's there. A knife thrown to the back. Now the snake bite just to push them away. And they are just not letting up in the slightest. XSET are coming at them with full force. Every weapon at their disposal. But now it comes down to the 1v1. Derek to stay in this map. He's up against Aaron, but the flank timing, too smart. And time afforded just about. The circle retreating. He's going to get this defuse off an XSET. They're going to be taking map number 1. ICEBOX goes their way. What?